Offside Convo fam, what's going on? We're back with another set of fixtures that came up the last week, which we got to talk about and touch. Hey, it's been a crazy, crazy week based on just, again, going back to the Man City grind and the Arsenal grind, and as well as this new Fulham team coming up as well. So, hey, we're up and running. Let's get you going.
What up, y'all? Another episode of Offside Convos is back. We're going to be covering some of the fixtures of last week and also some of the news that's coming up because there's a lot of interesting stuff that's coming out. The news is transfer news, players, getting criticized. So it's going to be an interesting one. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and also share. And also follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, I should have said. But yeah, catch you in this one. Let's go.
As religiously we like to do, Man City takes a nice tie now against Crystal Palace, but they have Haaland on the score sheet as well as Rico Lewis. Then Rico Lewis ends up getting a red card on that after 2 yellow cards. Again, they go up and they go down. These other teams, again, Crystal Palace, nobody cares about you, but you're in the way. So Man City's doing one of those things where they're just trying to beat up as much as they can and then fight till the death. And as of right there, they fall to 2-2.
City drawing again, dropping points on the road. I mean, it was away from home. I was watching the game. I mean, personally, Man City should have put that game to bed in the first 30, 35 minutes. Haaland had a few great chances. But, bro, Will Hughes in that midfield for Crystal Palace was insane. I mean, that first goal literally switched the field in the midfield to Diego. I think his name is Munoz. He's a right back, very advanced, the system that Crystal Palace plays. And it was a great finish. Ederson wasn't in goal with Stefan Ortega, but I mean, I think the keeper should have saved it. But like I said, 2-2. Rico Lewis, silly yellow card for talking to the ref and got sent off in the end. But yeah, like I said, Haaland's on the score sheet. Good signs for Man City, but if they want to win that league, man, they got to pick it up right now, like right now.
Nottingham Forest and Man United are played this weekend as well. Man United ended up taking an L. 2-3. Højlund and Bruno Fernandes put himself on the score sheet. We were coming in a little more confidence because Ruben ended up saying, I quote, "The storm will come," end quote. Yeah, right. There's 2 defeats right after that, and Nottingham Forest once again taking that W 3-2. Well, it's kind of sad, but again, let the games begin with Ruben and let the L's and seeing how we see him develop from the next couple of games.
There's no other way to say it. Not the greatest of starts for Ruben Amorim. Definitely not what he was expected. But at the end of the day, the Premier League is a tougher league than the Portuguese league. 7 goals conceded in 5 games for Manchester United is not the Manchester United of old. What the Sir Alex Ferguson era was about. But Højlund getting on the score sheet. I think Ruben Amorim really likes that player. Very good player. I think he's good. I prefer Joshua Zirkzee, but that's an argument for another day. Bruno Fernandes again popping up on the score sheet. Like I said in many episodes before, where would Manchester United be without that guy? They still ended up taking the L though. Question for Man United fans though. Do you guys need a new goalkeeper? Because Onana, that second goal that he conceded to Morgan Gibbs White, I was watching the game. That goal, it was the ball literally went in the middle of the goal. Like, I don't think that should have ever been a goal. Do you guys think you need a goalkeeper? Let me know. Do you need to sell Onana? I mean, I just can't put it into words. Every week I watch his Chelsea team. We come close to losing every single time, and we always pull it out at the death. Last weekend actually, we played against Tottenham at the Tottenham Hotspur Lane. As famously said by Frank Lampard, it's called 3-point lane. We take 3 points every single time we go there. Same stuff happened last season. Again, we went 2-0 down. I was kind of, doubting the team. We went 2-0 down after Marco Correa slipped twice, but the boys came back. Sancho, beautiful goal, cutting off the left wing, curling into the bottom corner off the post. Then, obviously we had Cole Palmer scoring a penalty. Fernandes, bro, this guy is showing why we paid $100 million for him finally. And then, bro, let's talk about that chip by Cole Palmer, bro. That is the coldest penalty I've ever seen. The guy has got insane bollocks, bro. Crazy.
Hey, you can't lie. The man's cold, right? Cole Palmer with that little chip. Can't front, man. That was a good pen there. But then you have Cucurella messing up in the first half, at least conceding the first 2 goals. Based on the slippage, The guy is wearing Pumas. He ended up throwing them out physically, throwing them out, and saying, "I'm done with them." Um, I'm gonna be honest. I only wore Pumas for a very, very, very short period of time in my career. When I started playing, I'm all about a Nike Mercurial guy, maybe an Adidas guy. Where I did have the Ad Zeros, but again, the Mercurials were my go-to. I'll tell you right now, the slippage wasn't happening as often as Cucurella. They could have signed me, I wouldn't have slipped. But what were you guys wearing at your time? Was it Nike, Adidas, Pumas? You guys put it in the comments.
So it turns out Landon Donovan and Tim Howard have their own podcast. I think it's called I forgot what it's called, the Unfiltered Soccer Podcast. They're really frustrated with Gio Reyna because obviously he was a very exciting talent. I mean, I think he came through the NYCFC Academy, and then obviously he went to Borussia Dortmund as a young age, similar to Christian Pulisic, who came from Philadelphia. But I'm just gonna let you know what they said about him. They basically criticized him over the week last week. So this is what they said. In a case like Gio, great you signed for Borussia Dortmund. Great you went on loan to Forest. You don't play soccer. I used to hate this. You're a soccer player. You're not a soccer practicer. You're not a soccer contracted person. You're a soccer player. Do you want to play soccer or not?
So Landon Donovan and Tim Howard, talking about the homie Gio Reyna at Borussia Dortmund. I get it. I know where he's coming from. Saying for a while now he's kind of been on the bench, not taking the minutes up, not playing enough soccer. He's one of the biggest United States players right now as well, which his team also expresses. So it is tough to see because you take into consideration, as he said, you're not a practicer. You don't go to play at practice and then you go into the games and you don't play. You got to play. And if you're not doing that, that means you're not developing. And if you're not developing, slowly and surely, Borussia Dortmund will drop you, and then you're not going to go anywhere, right? So what he's kind of saying is he would have been playing at least 300 games at the MLS, easily. Every single game, starting, collecting minutes, and then going maybe after that, getting a contract, and then maybe going up somewhere in Europe. But at the end of the day, if he could just find himself a way out, in a way, to kind of a little more team, again, he played in Forest, but something to build a little bit more, he'd be doing just great.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, off the face, when I first saw the quote, I thought it was a little bit too harsh. But when you actually take into perspective, the career of Gio Reyna, I think he's like 24 years old now, something like, I think 22, 23 or 24, but he's still young, kind of old for soccer terms now, but he's a great player, a good player. And the funny thing about this is, like, normally when players go to Borussia Dortmund, we know they produce players like Jadon Sancho, Jude Bellingham, Robert Lewandowski. When you go to Borussia Dortmund, it's not to stay there long term. It's to get to a development stage or to develop to a certain stage where you go off to a big club like Real Madrid, Barcelona, like a Chelsea, Man United, whatever. But Gio Reyna, his development has been so stagnant. I mean, he went on loan to Forest. I mean, didn't really conjure up anything there. So it is kind of concerning because, like I said, when somebody goes to Borussia Dortmund, they produce gems. They turn raw materials and turn them into an actual product. So it's kind of concerning to me that, Gio Reyna has not really progressed. He's not getting the minutes. Obviously injuries play a part, but it's kind of concerning for me. I completely understand what Landon Donovan and Tim Howard are saying right here.
So, yeah, I mean, and now going back to, again, Gio Reyna, once again, he's going to the United States, right, and playing for them. And he is one of their key players. But what happens if he's so stagnant? What happens if he doesn't just get minutes at the other side? He's not developing, he's not getting better. All right. And at the end of the day, if the United States starts seeing other teams or other players that are doing better than him, he's going to be sat there too. So at the end of the day, are they right? Is Donovan, who doesn't like the bullshit that he's talking about, So he's done hearing excuses from Gio. Start picking up the pace, man.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we wish the best for Gio Reyna. We want him to turn it around. I think he can. But at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself the question, like, to be honest, like, professional players, no matter how bad they are, like, obviously Gio Reyna is technically gifted. He wouldn't be a professional player. You don't become a professional player unless you're at a certain level. Even to us, he'd probably be like levels above us because we're like normal players are just amateurs. We play pickup soccer. But at the end of the day, though, let us know in the comments, like, do you think that Landon Donovan and Tim Howard are right, or are they being a little bit too harsh? Me personally, I think they're completely right. he's not. His career has been stagnant. I thought he would excel the years. He should already had earned himself a move to Europe. So should Gio Reyna leave Borussia Dortmund, and if so, what league, what team should he go to, or even what team should pick him up?
And sticking in the MLS and sticking with Landon Donovan, yes, the Landon Donovan MLS award has been gifted. Yes, gifted because it was present to this guy. Not the top scorer, no. Not the most contributions, no. But yeah, it was Messi. Lionel Messi has officially won that one with, let's get a little technical here, with 23 goals, 13 assists, and 25 games for Intermiami in all competitions. That's an interesting one. They didn't win the league either, right? They didn't, I know LA Galaxy just won that with Marco Reus in that team, but yeah, they're gifting this guy not just the MLS here squad position or the MLS MVP, but also putting him in the Euro Best 11. Hey, listen, it's a joke now. We gotta cover a little more if you're gonna do this type of stuff. But he did get the award, and congrats to him at the end of the day. The man is the GOAT, as well as Landon Donovan is another GOAT as well. But hey, congrats to him.
Listen, man, he's done it again. This guy transcends leagues, transcends continents, transcends teams. This guy is just the GOAT. Lionel Messi has picked up the Landon Donovan MVP award for MLS, and he fully deserves it. Now, a lot of people are going to say he doesn't because he wasn't the top scorer and he wasn't the top assister. But for those people, I have a great question. For the top scorer and for the top assister, how many games did they play? I promise you they played more games than Lionel Messi. Well, let me get technical, right? I'm pretty sure Oscar already mentioned this, but 23 goals, 13 assists in 25 games. Now, my math sucks, but if I divide 36 by 25, I get 1.4. So you're telling me that a guy gave me a goal, at least one goal or assist, or at least 1.5 goal contributions almost every single game? Definitely the MVP. There's no question about it. So for all the Messi haters out there, don't even say he was gifted the award, because there's no way he was. Because like I said, in comparison to the amount of games that everybody else played, and also Intermiami won their conference for the first time. They won the Eastern Conference with a record amount of points, which is 74. I mean, you can see the impact, which is why Lionel Messi definitely deserved this award.
And now we have players that actually do matter, all right? So we have the FIFA Pro World 11 that are finally have been announced, and it's a great, great selection of teams. So I'm going to go over from all the way from the goalie all the way to the top, all of our strikers that we have. To goalkeeping, we have Anderson, Beast. On the right, we have Carvajal. In the middle, we have Rudiger. On the left, we have Van Dijk, kind of playing, I guess, I would assume like a 3 center back type shit. But then you have Kevin De Bruyne in the middle, Rodri, crazy. Kroos in there, which, my man's right there. Jude Bellingham as well. So I would say 2 Real Madrid on one side, and then 2 Man City on the other side. And last but not least, we have Mbappe, Haaland, and as well as Vinicius Jr. And that is my FIFA World 11. Would you guys would have changed anybody in this team? Put in the comments. Let me see.
Okay, I have a problem with this team. Question is, who would I change? Now, the back line is solid. Carvajal definitely deserves to be in there. Rudiger definitely deserves to be in there, and Van Dijk, because he's Van Dijk. I wouldn't really change the goalkeeper, but I would argue Manuel Neuer. But the problem that I have is Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne did not play that many games last season, so I don't see why he's in the team. Personally, with me, I would have probably replaced him with Florian Wirtz or Nicolo Barella from Inter Milan. I think they had a better season, or even Phil Foden, because Phil Foden practically won the league for Man City last year, so he should definitely be in that team over Kevin De Bruyne. Rodri, obviously, Ballon d'Or winner, has to be in the team, no questions about it. Jude Bellingham, I don't have a problem with, but up front, I do have a problem. I don't think that Erling Haaland should be in that team. Personally, for me, Harry Kane should be in that team because he won Golden Boot in the Euros. He won Golden Boot in the Champions League. He won Golden Boot in the Bundesliga, even though he did not win the trophy. So personally, I think that he should be in that team over Haaland. Vinicius Jr. can't argue that. He finished second in Ballon d'Or ratings. Mbappe, quality player, even though he's not showing up right now for Real Madrid. But yeah, Harry Kane won the Golden Boot. He had the most goals in Europe last year. How is a guy that had the most goals in Europe not in the team? I don't get it. Like FIFA, make it make sense.
All right, and flash news: we have Neymar back on the spectrum. We're back on the line here, where he is now being rumored to come to Inter Miami. What a selection! What a coincidence! You have Mascherano as a new coach, and why don't you just bring back Barcelona again, right? So you have Suarez, you have Busquets, you have Jordi, you have Messi. Why not just bring back Neymar? Yes, why not? The guy can't even handle Saudi Arabia, so just bring him over here to have just a field day with these guys.
Hey man, this is big news for America. It's big news for MLS. Obviously in the past we've seen players like, Zlatan come to MLS. We've seen players like Thierry Henry, Sean Wright Phillips and Bradley Wright Phillips, who was actually New York Red Bulls top goal scorer in history, come to the MLS and prove, the levels that Premier League players and European players are at. But I think this is a big move for MLS. If Inter Miami can actually get Neymar to come join Inter Miami, bro, it's going to be a situation. It's going to be a movie all over again. I mean, he's coming to play with Jordi Alba, Sergio Busquets, Luis Suarez, and Lionel Messi. And also a bonus, Javier Mascherano is a new coach, replacing the ex-coach, which I think it was Tata Martinez, for Inter Miami. So this is a perfect reunion. As you guys know, Mascherano played with Neymar when he was in Barcelona as well. So I think this is going to happen. This is a big thing that's going to happen for MLS. I can't wait to see it. I genuinely think it's going to happen. That one of the management owners literally said this. He quoted this: "We are aspirational. If there is ever a chance to bring the caliber of a player like Neymar, we will not hesitate. It doesn't depend only on me. It depends on the player and the league. But yes, we aspire to build a great roster here. If this happens, I'm literally going to go to an Inter Miami game. I don't care what it is. I'm taking off of work. I don't care. I'm going."
We aspire to build a great roster here. We have an unlimited budget. Listen, if I had that unlimited budget, I wouldn't be spending it on a deadbeat Neymar that last plays 30 minutes in the game, then gets to hurt, and then is out again. What are you going to track off that, right? There's an MSN that had him happened in Barcelona. I don't care about it. Neymar's shot. They have this unbelievable roster they're trying to put together. Pogba, Kevin De Bruyne, Neymar Jr., Bartra, and Losada. From goalkeeper to defender to attackers to midfielders. You got number one, Pogba, a guy that's shot already, hasn't played in years. Neymar, also shot. We don't have to talk about him anymore. He'll probably just get hurt if we keep talking about him. Kevin De Bruyne, get into his age where, hey, listen, little by little, going to Saudi Arabia, going to Miami, and there's the other guys. Who knows where they are anymore? But Inter Miami, we'll see you guys in the league again and lose against LA Galaxy.
This is perfect, man. I like this idea. A lot of people might not like it, but I love it. MSN being recreated. I mean, that trio was very, very deadly. Did a lot of damage in the Champions League and La Liga. So I'm definitely excited for that, especially with Javier Mascherano being like the head coach. This is going to be his first like actual head coach job. I think he was he was a part of the coaching staff for the Argentina national team. He coached like their U21s or U19s, but very excited for this, guys. Let me know in the comments. Is this going to be a good signing for Inter Miami? Do you recommend this signing? I think it's going to be great for MLS. They're definitely going to make a ton of money off of this. And like I said, I'll personally go pay, obviously, to go watch this game. Neymar, Messi, and Suarez. I can't wait for that to happen. That was an action-packed episode. A lot of stuff we talked about. Obviously we went over the fixtures from last Premier League weekend's games, gave our opinions on that. And we also gave our opinions on some of the news. Obviously Inter Miami trying to lock Neymar in to reform MSN. We also had Gio Reyna getting criticized by Tim Howard and Landon Donovan. And, also we did the FIFA World Pro Team and Messi winning the Landon Donovan MVP award. So guys, let us know in the comments what you guys think about these topics. Definitely like, comment, and subscribe, and follow us on all social media platforms. But until then, we'll catch you in the next one. Offside Convos out.
All right, and we again made it nice and easy for you guys for the Offside Combos on all social medias. Offside Combos, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, you name it, we're there. Just wanted to make sure you guys follow us, leave a comment, subscribe, follow, share it as well. Let me know what was your favorite topic, as well as what kind of cleats did you wear when you played, or right now, what do you wear right now? What is your gear? What do you gear up with to go into battle? But then again, I thank you guys for tuning in right here, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.